Hey everybody, it's Dave, and today's review is the Footjoy Alpha. So, the most stable shoe Footjoy have ever produced, and there's an awful lot going on. The first thing, it comes in three options. So we've got the laced, the single boa, and also we have a double boa. Crazy. So the main thing that this shoe is being pushed on is stability, okay? And this comes from the OPS, the Optimised Performance Stabiliser. So this is going around three key areas: feel, traction, power. So the OPS has three key features. The first one is the 3D molded heel, okay? So this is really quite firm, quite stiff. So it's not really for comfort, but basically it locks you in. So offers a bit of Achilles support here as well. And once your foot is in here, it's pretty much not moving. So again, stability. The next part is the FTF, okay? The fine tune foam. So I've talked about this a lot before in other Footjoy models. And basically this is a slightly firmer foam that isn't necessarily about comfort. It's more about performance. So again, you're locking in, you're locking in. The final part of this shoe is the A-frame, okay? The TPU, which is a thermoplastic polyurethane, okay? So that basically strengthens other materials around it. So you can see here, the midsole, how it kind of goes into the A-frame there, which then molds the midsole to the outsole. So, all about the performance and the stability with this shoe. So going back to the midsole very briefly. So we've got the fine-tuned foam here, which kind of covers the heel of the shoe. And then where it turns white here, that's a dual durameter foam, okay? So that's a lot softer. So when you're walking, etc., that's where the comfort's gonna come from. When you're there playing your shot, stability, that's going to come from the fine-tuned. Okay, so probably the most impressive part about this shoe is the outsole, okay? So you'll see here where it's white, that's the softer foam. Where it's blue, that's the firmer foam. The key thing is that this actually has 9 soft spikes on per shoe. So loads and loads of grip, loads and loads of stability. You'll also see these TPU molded points here as well. They're quite sharp actually, so again, they're gonna be really digging into the grass. Also, where the spikes are, you'll see they're molded here onto another rounded plate on the TPU. So again, this is all about grip, stability. You are literally not moving when you're standing over the ball here, ready to create that power to hit the ball absolutely miles. So outsole, midsole, absolutely fantastic with this shoe. So the upper of this shoe, very much like the Pro SL, very subtle in design, okay? A little bit of Footjoy there. Pitards, chromo skin leather, the best of the best in the leather, nice and lightweight. To pierce this, you've literally got to put a pin through it. So it's very, very waterproof. Design-wise is very subtle, okay? But the one thing I don't like is that everything is labeled Footjoy, Tour OPS, FTF, Optimised Performance Stabiliser, Rapid. Every sort of feature of this shoe is labeled, and I'm personally not a fan of that. I just like the subtle Footjoy, maybe saying the actual name of the shoe, i.e. I'd be happy with that. So, like I said earlier, we have three options. We have the laced, we have the single boa, and we have the double boa. So for me, and I'm going to apologize for putting this thought in your head now, I would personally pick the laced version. So the laced is £170, the single boa is £190, and the double boa is over £200. And the reason why is this Rapid, okay, here. So this here to me just looks like when I was at school and I couldn't tie my laces and I just had one piece of Velcro to put the shoe on. That's all I can think, and I apologize that people now are gonna not unsee that. That's all I can think when I do this. Again, it's amazing. You turn the boa, it does wrap the foot in really nicely. It is a stability shoe, but looking down on it, I feel like I'm back at school again. The same with the double boa, okay? The double boa here, the second one, it's great because you turn it one way, turn it the other, it loosens it. So that's a fantastic feature. However, watch when I tighten it here, how much tightening is the lower half of my foot going to need? It's just gonna feel like it's just gonna push my toes together. And again, it just looks like a couple of pieces of Velcro, like I'm back at school. So for me, for the price point, £170 for this performance stabiliser shoe is fantastic value. The Rapid, or the Rapid 2 with the double boa, for me, I'm just not a fan because I just think it just looks like a piece of Velcro, like when I was back at school, back in like the mid-90s or something. So, like I said earlier, there's a lot to cover in this shoe. I hope it all makes sense. I hope I've obviously given an honest opinion on the positives and the negatives. It's all my opinion. However, I'll always try and be non-biased. So if you've got any questions, please leave a comment. Which you prefer? Do you prefer the laced, the single boa, the double boa? Let me know. I'd be really interested in what people's thoughts are. Cheers. So here's that single boa. Moving on to the double boa. Look at that outsole, so stable. So here we have the single boa. Really see how soft that leather is right there. Moving on to the double boa. An incredible outsole.